Hey, good Saturday. What's going on with everybody? Listen, this is Kenyon R. Dudley, and I am super excited because I'm bringing to you right now another edition of Man Work Talks. And listen, I've got a good conversation for you. You already know it. I pride myself on bringing to the platform brilliant men who are not only just men of God, right, which is super important, but they are also businessmen. They are also individuals who are in their market, in their industry, doing the thing. And today is no different. So listen, I want to greet you. I want you to greet me. I see some of you guys coming on. I want you to tell me hello, what's up? Let me know that you are here and that you are ready for this conversation. Listen, it is Mother's Day weekend. You know, I can't go without saying that. And I've got to wish a very happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. Man Work is geared toward men who are Christian men, and they are a part of our network of brothers all around the world. And I do say that intentionally because we got brothers over in Africa who connect with us as well. And so we are all over the world. We're about 128 men strong, and we are looking for more men to join this Man Work network. And so I'm very excited because we're giving information, and not only are we giving information, but we are having conversation that men should be having nowadays. That's not only going to empower one another, but guess what? It's going to empower our families. It's going to empower our communities. It's going to empower people who are connected with us in some way. And so I'm glad that you are on because this conversation is going to be no different. I see you guys over in the comments already telling me what's up. Hey, Pastor D, my brother, how are you? Welcome to the Man Work podcast. I'm so excited about this podcast because let me tell you, it started with our group on Facebook, and we were having conversation amongst men about faith, family, finances, wealth, health, all of that good stuff. And then guess what? I believe that God wanted me to expand it in a way where it could be more palatable to people, who wanted this information that we were talking about. And so I took this group and the conversations that we were having, I brought it to the general public so that we can have conversation out in front of everybody who wanted to watch, because I believe that the women, that the children, that the teenagers that are a part of our families as men, they can benefit from hearing our mind, hearing how we think, hearing how we talk, hearing how we discuss things. And guess what? Not just discuss them, but hearing how we come up with solutions and strategies, how we partner with one another to make our communities and our homes a better place. So Josh Miles is our guest today. This brother is brilliant. Let me just stop and say that. Okay. This brother is brilliant. Now, and my wife will tell you, I don't use that word loosely because everybody ain't so brilliant, right? And, you've seen some people and you've heard what they've had to say. And guess what? The truth of the matter is, it's just fluff. It's just talk. But I've had the great privilege, and I just told Josh this over in the virtual green room before we went live. I've had the great privilege of watching this brother over the past few years. And he said in response, you never know who's watching you. My God, that is true. Because listen, people are watching what you do. And if you stay consistent, sometimes you never know, you'll be called upon in a way that, can help people at a greater level. And so this dude is brilliant. I've had a chance to watch him over the years. At first, I saw him as he and his family, his wife, lived over in Arizona. He's moved recently to Texas, and he is doing some great things. I'm going to bring him up on the stage here and the platform. Josh, what's going on? Thank you for coming on. I'm going to get ready to introduce my brother. He is the CEO of Stadion. I think that's how you said it. He's going to correct me if I said it wrong. The CEO of Stadion, and they call him, they call him the marketing and marketing automation king. That's because he is a guru in his business, in his market, when it comes to teaching about strategies on marketing your business, how to establish your business, how to get more clientele, how to listen. I'm gonna say this. His one of his programs is how to fire your boss. Now I like that. I like that. And I'm sure you will too. There are a lot of men that are looking in, a lot of families that are looking in right now. And you know that you're in a position where you're ready to fire your boss and take it to the next level. Take your product, take your services, your business to the next level. Well, you do not want to miss this conversation. I need you to start tagging people right now. I need you to start sharing this broadcast on your pages because this conversation is going to be like none other. So, without further ado, my brother, and I'm going to go ahead and say it now, my good friend, Josh Miles, everybody. What's going on, Josh? What's going on?
Come on, brother. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Nice.
good. I'm
Nice.
blessed. I'm excited. And I know that this conversation is going to be well received and well needed.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Indeed, indeed. Now, look, you are a part. You're a part of this conversation today, and I just want to tell people. I want to tell you, we are live right now, but we go live on all of my Facebook pages. We also go live on YouTube. And we also have the show that uploads to Anchor and to Spotify. So there's going to be some people who listen in on this live. There's going to be some people who listen in on this in the days ahead. So I'm excited about what you have to share today.
Absolutely, man. I'm excited to dive into this. Thanks for having me. You know, this is I'm always excited to step into other people's spaces and hear all the stuff that the Lord's doing and that you're doing in just to engage your community and the tribe that you're gathering. So I mean, 100. You said 150 strong.
So we're 128. Look, we need to get to 150. Let's get the word out. How about that?
Absolutely. Love it. I love it.
So, bro, look, okay, so let's do this before we jump into the conversation. What I want to do is I want the viewers, I want the listeners to know you a little bit more. So why don't you just introduce yourself briefly? We're going to jump over into a game right after that. All right, go ahead and introduce yourself to the crowd.
Cool. What's going on, everybody listening in, virtually, watching live, whatever it may be. My name is Josh Miles. I'm the owner of a business called Stadion. So you were super close.
See?
Yep. Stadion. We are a marketing company based out of Houston, Texas. And I love all things marketing. Been a business owner and entrepreneur for officially probably about a decade now, full time for about going on 6 years. And so it's been a lot of fun. It's been a crazy journey. And I'm excited to drop some nuggets today and just let's talk business. Let's talk marketing. I do call myself the marketing automation king because I was at a conference and I was telling somebody what I do, and they were like, "I don't know anybody that does that." And I was like, "Me either." Like I don't know anybody that does what I do specifically. You can find a lot of different marketers and people that play different roles in the marketing game. But somebody that does specifically what I do, I don't know anybody else that does it like I do it. And specifically, I'm niche. I'm in a real tight niche. So you know, it's I think it's something that every business needs. But I'm excited to dive more into that as we go.
I think it is something that every business need, and every entity need. Maybe you don't have a brick and mortar business, but maybe the business is you, right? And your whole brand or whatnot. I think every business need what you have, which is why I brought you onto this this broadcast and this podcast. So thank you so much. Listen, you ready to play a game?
I got four little ones.
Oh yeah, you got to talk about that.
Yeah, I can't forget my kids. I know we're talking business, but my kids they are phenomenal. They are phenomenal, and Caleb, Sarai, Jaden, and Darius. That's my four, and love them to death. So my daughter, she got a birthday party in a little bit that I'm gonna be going to. So
hey, daddy's work is never done, right? We got to be in business, then we got to go and run and be with the fam, right?
For sure.
I love it. Look, let's play a game, okay? Because I want to ask you a few questions. I'm gonna do this. I normally play a game called Guess Who. I'm just gonna throw a few questions your way right off the top of your head. Answer the questions for me, man, so our audience can get to know you. even more. We're just going to build up some more credibility before we jump into this great conversation. You ready for me?
Let's go.
All right, I got to cue my little music. I like to have a little music as we as we do the game. All right, listen. Here we go. Guess who? Okay. First question.
Okay.
In 30 seconds, who is Josh Miles?
Josh Miles is a Christian business owner, father. He is passionate about what he does, and I'm probably the most energetic grown man you ever met before in your life. So, that's Josh Miles. I love to be around people and engaging with people in real meaningful, authentic relationships.
Love it. All right, second question. Here we go. In 30 seconds, bro, finish the sentence. I am most authentic and happy when?
Ooh, I am most authentic and happy when I feel like I'm in a safe space with people I can trust, doing things I enjoy. Normally at a phenomenal restaurant with some drinks, just relaxing and kicking it with the fellas or kicking it with family and friends.
I love it. Man, you got that in common. I love the fact that I can eat and talk and have a good conversation, right? All right, here we go. Last question. Question number 3. In 30 seconds, Josh, tell us, how is the businessman Josh Miles different than the man Josh Miles, or are they different?
They are highly integrated for sure. The businessman Josh Miles is I don't know if they are different. Because in both spaces, I'm looking to add value and serve the people who I'm spending my time with. And so it's never about a dollar for me in business. It's all about adding value and serving first. And I believe if you do that, then the money's going to come. And so they're definitely almost one and the same. Obviously, different priorities, but always looking to serve people, love people, and see them grow and develop.
I love it. Y'all give it up for Josh. Josh, you made it through my little game, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
listen,
I like it.
I love to play that game only because it's fun seeing what comes off of somebody's head when they're talking about themselves.
Yeah, it's good. That's good. I love it.
For sure. All right, listen, I'm ready for the conversation. JR, what's going on, man? Look, it's been a long time. We need to catch up. We need to talk. Love you. Thank you for coming in and listening into this conversation. Y'all need to share this broadcast. Y'all need to start tagging more people. I see the numbers are increasing. We're about to have a discussion that I think is necessary for every man. And guess what? For their family as well. Because listen, we are in what they call right now the Great Resignation. I was talking to Josh a little bit in the virtual green room about it. The Great Resignation came as a result of the pandemic. So we went through this whole pandemic, bro. And at first, people were working their 9 to 5 and all of that. Some people were working 9 to 5 and running their business, trying to do both. But when the pandemic hit, it kind of put a lot of people in a space, right, where now they're saying, okay, I've got to take my business seriously. I've got to take the product, the services that I render. I've got to take that stuff seriously, and I'm ready to fire my boss. Like you say, bro, I'm ready to get to that next level. I'm ready for more clients, but I don't know what to do. And so I'm really excited about this conversation because today we're going to be talking about business setup. We're going to be talking also about marketing automation. Let's start like this, bro. Tell us your background in business.
Yep.
You said that you've been doing this for about 10 years consistently.
Yeah, I like to go back about 10 years. Yep.
Okay. So talk to us about that. Give us like a brief synopsis of how that all started and what made you get into business and how that has evolved to where you are now.
Yeah, phenomenal question. I love telling the story because it's changed so much and I've grown so much as a person.
Right.
So I started off, actually, I was in Christian hip hop, rapping, doing shows, traveling the whole nine. Had a group of guys that I was doing music with. Decided to start a little label. Like most young guys, I was 23, 24 years old.
Okay.
Working in corporate America, making good money. And when I wasn't at work, I was focused on doing music. We used to do, I mean, who was out hitting the streets with like passing out tracks, talking to people about the Lord, the whole night.
What's the word?
It was crazy. When I think about how much time I had back then, I'm like, wow. But
Right.
I was doing music and started slowly falling in love with running the label as a business
Okay.
rather than just like the music side. Like the fellas would be like, man, I wrote this Hot 16. I'm sitting there like, yo, I got us a landing page. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was that was like my first introduction to like running a company. Started, so that's where I would say I really started in my introduction to anything kind of entrepreneurial kind of fell into place. It was 2012. I was at my job. They would do these little informationals from time to time in corporate America. I was working for Wells Fargo. They had they had a lunchtime informational where they were talking about 401ks.
Okay.
I graduated college from Xavier University in New Orleans, Louisiana. Graduated from there and went into corporate America 2007. So in 2008, when the economy collapsed, literally everybody's talking about. I'm like, I don't know what's what. This is my
Right.
first job. Y'all talking about the housing market. I ain't never owned a house before.
Right.
You know? Uninformed to the max. All that to say, 2012 rolls around. They're talking about 401ks. I'm like, I've been throwing money at this thing for the last 4 years. I should probably understand how this works because I got a lot of money sitting in this account because I got in when it was broke.
Yeah.
But it's grown. And so I'm like, I got a lot of money sitting in. Let me figure out how this works. Go to the informational. Walk into this room, sit in the back. This older white gentleman is leading the conversation. And he's talking about 401ks and he drops his little nugget. He says, when you're 59 and a half, you can retire and then you can start taking the money and without penalty.
Right.
I'm like, I'm 27. I gotta live a whole nother life plus some before I can take the money that's sitting there without y'all penalizing me for it. And I'm like, there's gotta be a better way. There's gotta be a better way.
Right. And it's my money?
It is my money. It's my money. I know y'all matching it, but dang. You know? And so
Right.
it was for me, it was the catalyst for there's gotta be a better way for me than to keep showing up at the cubicle farm every day.
Right.
Money in exchange for my time. And literally I spent the next 3 years. Every year I'd be writing over time I was writing down ideas, but maybe this will work. Maybe this will work. And every year my New Year's goals and whatnot, I'm writing down business ideas, trying to figure it out. 2015 rolled around, started an e-commerce company for the Jordan brand. So I was like, let me be like the baby eBay, but just for Jordans. So I'm
Wow.
buyers and sellers, having them do business on my platform, and I'll just make a commission off of all the sales. You grow that, it's like I'm not the one. I have no inventory, none of that. I'm just connecting buyers and sellers.
Exactly.
Went that route. Spent about $50,000 getting the website branded. Getting a brand, getting the website built out. I had like a whole custom. I was like, nowadays we use like Shopify. I had it built from scratch so that people can literally run their own business on the back end as a platform.
Okay.
2 weeks before the launch, realized, dang, I got 11,000 people in a database that I've attracted running some Facebook ads for about 6 months. And then realized I don't have sellers. I need people that can sell the shoes. And
right.
Huge misstep. Long story short, that business never went anywhere. That's an expensive $50,000 lesson. But that was like the risk. That was the first risk that I took on myself. Okay. And I learned that, like, to roll the dice on me. And it hurt, but it was also like I learned so much in this process.
Yeah.
Once you can't unsee what you see. And so went that route, and I said, man, during that season, I was going to an event called SneakerCon, which is strictly like it's a sneaker event where you get a whole bunch of vendors selling shoes.
Okay.
And they show up they travel around the world actually and set up shop in different cities. So they're in LA at the BET Awards. I'm a vendor at the BET Awards. They got vendors with thousands of shoes. I'm there trying to raffle off a pair of Jordans. Like, they got vendors with boxes of shoes 10 feet high. They got tables, they got so much inventory. The guy next to me literally got a ton of shoes, kid walks up to him, little white kid with a backpack on his chest, walks up to him, starts talking about this pair of shoes that was hard to find. Kid takes out a stack of $100 bills so thick. I like literally have never seen a stack of $100 bills that thick to this day in
Right.
my life. It's like not safe to walk around with that kind of money.
At all.
It counts out 60 $100 bills and pays $6,000 for a pair of sneakers. Does the transaction, kid leaves, guys got the money, and I'm like, this is tragic. And it wasn't tragic when he spent the $6,000. It was tragic because the guy didn't get his contact info. I was like,
right.
My man's contact info. He just paid you $6,000 for a pair of shoes. He may want some more next week. And it hit me. All these people here are great at what they do. Nobody understands marketing.
Okay.
And so I shifted my model, literally shifted my model. I started traveling with SneakerCon. And instead of raffling off a pair of shoes and getting 100 emails and about $600, I started going to the events and giving away a pair of sneakers.
Wow.
In exchange, we would give away one pair of shoes. You enter the giveaway in order to win the shoes. Now, most people would show up with a notepad and we kept collecting people's phone number, email, and name. We had 5 different iPads on the table. We'd be working the line of like 2,000 people before the event even started. And literally, at every single weekend, I would show up at SneakerCon. It was a 6-hour event. I'd walk away with over 1,500 emails and phone numbers.
Wow.
So I went back to the vendors, and I would literally run giveaways with them digitally. And because I had the target market, everybody here at the event loves sneakers. You sell sneakers. I can get your brand in front of, and like literally in like 3 months, I had 10,000 additional emails. So my database was sitting over 20,000. I'm like, I can put your brand front and center to 20,000 people by you running the giveaway with me. Went back to the vendors and just sold that way. So anyway, long story short, that's how I really got into like the marketing space. And started realizing I got like a knack for coming up with creative marketing strategies and doing stuff that's a little bit different than how other people do it, and just automating and streamlining the process so that it takes all the heavy lifting out of the work for me.
So I want to make sure that my brothers and sis who are watching, that they get this now, that you went to this event.
Yep.
And you had one strategy, right? Yep. Looking to make money, looking to make connections, things like that. But then when you got into the room or the place, you saw that there was a greater need.
Absolutely.
Okay, so when you saw that there was a greater need, you went back and you built a strategy based upon the greater need. And then you presented that strategy to those individuals or those businesses rather, in order to make sure that they get clients. You automated, a marketing system or strategy.
Yep.
Wow. See why I say he's brilliant? Okay, go.
I still use it to this day though. Like that, I have students and clients that I coach. Whenever somebody says, hey, I'm going to a pop-up shop, or hey, I'm going to an in-person event, I'm always like, here's the model. Most people go to pop-up shops and it's like, I want to sell my stuff and make money.
Right.
It's you get a lot more value by showing up and saying, how many people that are here, how many emails can I leave with? How many phone numbers can I leave with? Because I can go make the sale later. You give yourself a 6-hour window at a pop-up event to get a sale versus, well, if I just got your email address and phone number, I can give myself the next 2 years to get a sale if you stay on my email list.
Indeed.
That's a much better strategy in the longevity of attracting a client, converting them into a customer, retaining them as a customer, and getting referrals. You just literally open yourself up to going through the whole client life cycle if you just change your strategy at events like that.
I think people, because you just said something, I think people or CEOs, business owners, small business owners, I think that's one of the major downfalls, would you say, that they put all the work in to actually get a sale rather than actually getting a client or a customer that will stay with them for a longer period of time.
Absolutely. So here's a couple of things that I know that are true. In order for anybody to do business with you, they got to know, like, and trust you. Okay. They got awareness, right? They have to know who you are. They have to, based on what they see you doing, they have to, I like this. Whenever somebody pulls out a credit card for anything, they have a certain level of trust that's there. Okay. Period. If you go to our website and it looks like, I think this is a spam, you're not pulling out a credit card. It's just not happening.
Indeed.
If it even looks like it's spammy or it even looks like it's not legit, I don't trust you, so I'm not going to spend any money. Whenever somebody spends money with you as a business owner, there's a level of trust that you've attained with them, period. Right? I also know that the customer life cycle is very simple. I have to get in front of, I have to, like, awareness. I have to get a lead, right? And so I have I have to get a lead. I have to convert them into a customer, right? I have to retain them as a customer. So I might have 5 things to sell. How do I move you through up the I call it a value ladder. How do I move you through and get you? You came in for one thing. Over the lifetime that you're with me, will you get all 5? That's the goal, right?
Indeed.
And then not only will you buy all my stuff, you love it so much that you go and refer everybody else, and you bring them back to step 1 in the process.
That's what we want.
That's what we want. Every business is like, the game hasn't changed since Genesis. Like,
right.
It's always the same, right? You got to acquire a lead, convert them into a customer, retain the customer, and get customer referrals. That's it. And so when you understand, I call these frameworks. When you understand frameworks, it takes all the confusion out of how to run a business.
Okay.
Because I know, okay, if sales are low, the first step is I need to go and get people's attention.
Yeah.
Which means I got to get more leads. The best way to get a lead is to give something away for free. Because if anybody's listening, write this down. If perceived value is greater than the price point, people will buy all day long.
Yeah.
So the value, like, this is Bible, right? Romans 1. Says that they exchange the truth of God for a lie.
Right.
Whenever an exchange happens, whenever there's an exchange of anything, the thing that's given up is always seen as less valuable than the thing that's received.
Yeah.
Right? If I have $5 in my pocket and you say this Twix is $5, nah, I'm not buying a Twix for $5. Okay, the Twix is a quarter. Give me 4. The product didn't change. The perceived value changed, which allowed me to just give up the money for it.
Right.
Right? So because that's the case, as a business, whenever you offer something that's free, it's hard for something to be less valuable than free.
Right, because it's free.
That's the best way to get leads. What do people want the most? Give it away for free. Right? You give it away for free. You get them as a lead. I've got stuff that you can pay for. Now I don't have to go and pay Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Google, whoever it is to get in front of you. You on my email list. I can call you. I can text you. I can email you. And if I have your address, I can show up at your house and knock on your door and make a sale.
Yeah. Yeah. I can roll out things over time.
And I can begin to build a relationship with you that builds trust. And as I build trust, I find that people are willing to spend money with me because I position myself as somebody that's trustworthy and an expert in whatever it is that I do.
Yeah. It's one of the things that my wife, and we talked about this in the virtual green room, she does business coaching as well. So it's one of the things that she like shouts to the top of her lungs, if you will, at the beginning of every course, what is that one thing that you're going to give away for free? Because if you're going to give something away for free, that is your open door to connect with people because they're going to want it. Number one, they're going to want it. It's free. It's something of value. It's something that they need. And in exchange for that, I need your email. I need your phone number. I need those things so that I can stay connected with you because I know that I have 5 other services and products that that's of value and that you need. But I'm going to introduce that to you over time. But right here, right now, I must make this exchange first and give you something for free.
Absolutely. There has to be an exchange, and the value has got to be greater than whatever the price point is.
Right.
So it's free. It's hard. You got to try to not have something as valuable as free.
Right.
So I'm literally always working with my clients on who are you selling to, and when we know who you're selling to. And I don't mean like the generic, we want to sell to men ages 20 to 30.
Okay.
That, drive a Honda. That's super generic, right? How do I get into the mindset of the person that I'm talking to? How do I unify what journey that they're on? What kind of relationship are we going to have, right?
Yeah.
There's a ton of questions that you got to answer to identify this person. But when you do it right, I know exactly what your pain points are. I know what your dreams and hopes are. I know the things, goals. And so I can give you exactly what you want.
Yeah.
When you give somebody exactly what they want and make it attractive, like you got a customer for life. Because I've literally had people tell me, I feel like you're in my head. You know what I mean?
Because I am.
Yeah, because I am. So
I think that's powerful though, because basically what you're saying, and I hope my brothers that are listening, I hope those who are listening in are really taking note of this, or that will even go back and rewatch this, because you are already dropping nuggets. Basically what you're saying is psychographics is as important as demographics, right?
demographics. Listen, I've got a 5-step framework that I always take people through when
Right.
identifying their target market. You got
Right.
to identify a micro niche. You got to identify your demographics, identify
Mhm.
your psychographics. Then you've got to identify the journey, and then identify the relationship that you want to have with them. It's literally five
Yeah.
steps and about 70 questions that need to get answered for you to really
And
know.
this is what you coach people through
This is like, I
every
don't
day.
do anything else until we do that. I got to know who we talking to. If I
Right.
really help somebody market, I got to know who we talking to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's like step one. I always say all marketing starts at the who.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't know who, most people is like, man, nobody wants my stuff. What's like, well, you trying to sell to the wrong person. If I've got the wrong
Right.
message or the wrong person and the offer is not any good, those three things got to be in alignment. You got
Yeah.
the right person, the right message with the right offer. I got to bring
Mhm.
those things into alignment for somebody to really buy into what I have.
So I'm sure right about now we've got a lot, more information to go over, but I'm sure somebody right about now is like, okay, I need this dude, I need his team, because I've been doing it on my own. I've been trying to get this business to the next level, but this dude is talking my language. He's talking
Yep.
what I need. Do people put you on a retainer? Do people put your team? How does that work? Talk a little bit about your company
Yeah.
right now and what you guys do, and how can people get you?
Yep. So I've got basically 3 levels to my business. I've got do it yourself, done with you, and then done for you. Those are
Yeah.
all the services that I offer. Do it yourself. Those are all like my freebies, right? These are the
Mhm.
things where it's just information that I'm passing over to you. Like I've got a whole client magnet strategy guide with those 5 steps that I just walked through, right? It's a free
Mhm.
PDF download. You can go and download this and just get it, right? I know that the next step is most people are like, okay, it's cool for me to get the information. I need somebody to hold my hand and walk me through this process to make sure I don't
Exactly.
mess up, right? I used to just have a done for you service and just have an agency where, okay, cool, you can be a client, and that's
Mhm.
just like a lot of money,
Yeah.
I was like, what's the middle ground for people that don't have $20,000 to spend for me and my team to build out a bunch of stuff?
Right.
Well, I've done with you service, and so now I've got a coaching program. It's called my Accelerate Coaching Academy, where people can actually get into my coaching program and work with me on a weekly, daily basis.
Mhm.
I structured it very uniquely where I do group coaching. I have cohorts of no more than 3 people, and we'll jump
Mhm.
on one call a week where we work through whatever you need help with in your business. And then I use an app called Voxer, but it's like a
Okay.
little walkie-talkie app. But we can talk every single day, answer your questions, and you just hit me in there, and we can go back and forth as much as you need to
Mhm.
keep moving. I'm always trying to help people stay in momentum, right? Keep moving forward. Even if you're making baby steps, you got to keep moving. My
Right.
Accelerate Coaching Academy is where we get to work together. So I'm not actually doing it for you, but we're in a lot closer proximity for you to get all the help that you need in your business. So that's my done with you service, and then my done for you service. Sometimes I get like I've got a doctor's office right now that's about to hire me to build out the whole funnel, back end automation of
Mhm.
their line, and so that's my done for you service. Where people are like, we don't have the time or the expertise to do it, but we've got the resources to pay somebody to just get it done. And so
Right.
that's normally how that works. And so I'm always like, hey, do you have more time or you have more money? If you got more time, then cool, I can help you on the coaching side. If you got more money and less time, then maybe you need something that's done for you, and we'll build it
Mhm.
out, have you on your way, and you're good. So that's typically how it works. I don't do. I used to do a lot of like month-to-month things, and
Mhm.
that's more like a. What ends up happening is that's like we don't really. I don't work for you, but
Right.
it kind of turns into like you think I work for you, and that just doesn't fit too well typically.
Right.
So yeah, so now I got my coaching program, I got my done for you service, which is all project based, and that's how people can work with me. So
I love what you're saying. I mean, and and some of the people who are listening in, they probably don't even know what you mean by building a funnel and all of this different type of stuff.
Yeah,
And we won't go into detail about that now because that's your business and that's things that you train people on and you teach them. But it is very important the things that you're
absolutely,
talking about in order to attract customers, in
absolutely,
order to make leads, to get leads, right?
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so here's what I want to talk about. We've talked about how you got started. Eventually, you fired your boss. We know that, and you got to a place where you're running this company, and you're helping people. Let's talk a little bit about though, because you brought this up, and I love it. You're actually on your way to Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta.
Yep.
But we've got people who watch and listen in from all over. You're actually on your way into Atlanta within the next few weeks. Why?
Yeah, so this isn't even like public just yet, but listen,
Okay. Yeah. So
let's
you
talk
don't have
about
to
it.
share all of it, but yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Because it's official, so it
Okay.
can be
Okay.
public. I
Okay.
just haven't. So I'm coming to Atlanta. If you're familiar with Lamar Tyler owns Traffic Sales and Profit,
Right.
a big time company that they focus on actually like Black entrepreneurs, helping them build sustainable 6 and 7 figure businesses. Lamar is phenomenal. We run in the same space for coaching. He's a little further down the line than I am, but we run in the same space for Russell Brunson, who owns ClickFunnels. Russell Brunson's a mentor for both of us, but Lamar just brought me onto his team to be one of his executive business coaches, and so I will be coaching a group of people in his mastermind group. So it's a huge honor because people pay a lot of money to be in this coaching program,
Yeah.
and for somebody to say we think you're skilled enough to trust our high dollar clients and students to spend time with you and get the same level of expertise that they'd get from us personally is just a big deal. And so I'm super excited about it. This is we both actually have the same business coach in the ClickFunnels community.
Right.
He's moved up a level from where I am right now, but the business coach that we've shared, she's the one that connected us, and it was it's just a lesson in just showing up, man. You know what I mean? Showing up and being consistent. Because
That's where I'm going with this.
yeah, I didn't join the mastermind that I'm in. It's called 2CCX in the ClickFunnels community, but I didn't join that to like go coach for somebody else one day.
Right.
I joined it to continue to grow as a person, and it's just one of those things where we show up to the weekly coaching calls, jumping in and asking the right questions, letting people hear what you do and help them, allow them to help you just continue to grow as a business owner and as a man in person. It's been super cool to show up, and I've been in that program over 2 years now.
Okay.
2 years now, and over 20 grand a year to be in that program. So the lesson for me was invest in yourself.
Right.
That I say this all the time, and this is like a side note. Some people view money as like always the hindrance to them being able to make the next move. For me, I was like, when you're entrepreneur, you have the roller coaster sometimes. I hit a point. I had done some real estate deals that tanked and then lost a whole bunch of money, and was like sitting at rock bottom. It felt like, I was sitting at rock bottom, and I got this opportunity to join this mastermind group to really grow. And it's like, I'm gonna take the leap.
Right.
And literally, I kid you not, I believe that when you invest in yourself, like that's when your business will take off.
Right.
A lot of people are trying to grow businesses without putting any money on the table.
I call it skin in the game, bro.
Listen, there is a lot of people who want to grow a business and they don't want to invest in themselves. And the reality is you haven't become the type of person that's ready for that next level.
Right.
Like investing in yourself helps you to grow so that you can actually move to the next step, because who I am today, I may not be ready for the next level. So I need to grow in certain ways that's going to actually help me go there. This isn't like magic where we can just pray enough and just hope without doing work. And I think investing in yourself is important. There's a book called oh my gosh, it's Oikonomics.
Okay.
Economics by a guy named Mike Green, phenomenal read. He talks about he said we normally think about capital in one way, financial. He's like, there's actually 5 forms of capital if you look at the scriptures. There's spiritual capital, there's intellectual capital, there's relational capital, there's physical capital, and there's financial capital. Spiritual capital is the most valuable. Financial capital is the least valuable. All that to say this: if there's 5 types of capital and financial capital is the least valuable,
okay,
then it's worth it to invest money to attain all of the other 4. We almost whenever people, and I get it, right? You got to be a good steward of your finances and the whole 9. Whenever somebody has a chronic disposition of never being willing to invest, and it's always, I don't have the money, I don't have the resources, I think what you find is that, well, you idolize money just as much as the person who lives to make $1.
Come on, man.
We're still doing the same exact thing because it's all about trying to hold on to something that you feel like you don't have enough of.
Right.
And so when you invest in yourself, for me, that's been like the biggest lesson over the last 4 or 5 years is I've bumped my head a bunch. I've hit rock bottom and had to come back up. The biggest lesson is you gotta be willing to invest in yourself and put yourself around the people who can help you grow. That is having the right coach. Who's the person that's gonna be committed to my success as much as I am. Right. But I always say this all the time. I love working with people that's gonna show up and do the work. I will bend over backwards. For people that's gonna show up consistently and do the work. You know, like the Bible says that God blesses the work of our hands. Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. And both of them, it's just like, okay, like God obviously has to show up, but the reality is the person is doing something. They're working, they're building, right? They have work in their hands that's actually can be blessed. Their hands are full of something. And so I'm big on investing in yourself. The reality, man, like we people buy things, people make decisions because they want to. Right. The things that you want to do, you figure it out. That's it. You figure it out. Simple. You figure it out. And that's with anything. That's with kids. That's with family. That's with friends. Whatever it is, if you ever come across a hurdle and you see an opportunity, if you really want it bad enough, you're going to figure it out. Right. And so I'm big on, that's why I love entrepreneurs so much, because I believe there's so much opportunity. I love seeing people have the aha moments and have those moments of, man, I just turned a corner in my business. And I like most oftentimes what you find is you're not having to go like shut the business down and go do something else. You just got to turn the dial 10 degrees. We're talking about pivots in small tweaks. Okay. I had a client. She was a personal chef / caterer. Okay. Spending $500 a month on Yelp ads. Phone blowing up. She still got a 9-to-5 job. Phone blowing up. Can't keep up with all the people that want to talk to her, the whole 9. She came to me and she said, I'm like dying over here and I'm not making any money for all the work that I'm doing. We literally, I didn't ask her about her menu. I didn't ask her to change up anything that she did in regards to the space that she was in for making food. We literally set up some very simple systems to take everybody from Yelp and throw them into a process that allowed her to kind of stand at one checkpoint, and everybody, until they get here, you don't even have to talk to them. Right. Very simple process. She went from making less than $30,000 a year in her business to over $150 in less than 6 months. Wow.
In less than how long?
I'm sorry?
You say in less than how long?
In less than 6 months.
Wow.
From the time we started working together to the time she started doing 10-figure months was about 90 days.
Amazing.
Had to quit her job because she was so busy.
Amazing, yeah.
Right, but that's just like an example of somebody. It's like, it's not complicated. If you look at any big company, Facebook, Amazon, nobody's ever called Mark Zuckerberg and said, hey, can you help me set up my Facebook account?
Right.
He's got systems in place. And that's what a business is. A business is literally just a set of systems. I always say this: grow your systems, watch your company grow out.
Right.
If you grow your systems, your company is going to grow. The better your systems, the more money you'll make. The better your systems, the more people you can serve. Like, we only got 24 hours in a day, and there's only one of me. There's no way in
Exactly.
the world I'm gonna do everything that needs to happen for my business to really expand like it should, having to be the one turning the wheel on every little thing. I automate follow-up. I automate invoicing. I automate payments that can get made for products that people have to want to buy.
Right.
And then once you buy it, okay, cool. Now maybe I need to reach out, or now maybe I need to have a conversation, or whatever it may be, right? But it's normally I don't even have to be engaged other than after the sale is made.
Right.
And now I'm not wasting my time doing stuff that is never going to convert into anything. So I mean, obviously I do stuff like, post on my social media pages, that kind of thing. But I mean, a lot of people still sending emails every single day just to, somebody signed up for my PDF, let me go send an email. It's like, what?
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. No, nobody has time for that.
Nobody, man. And but when you realize that I can't get the last 10 seconds back.
Yeah.
Right? I've gotta find ways to automate and systematize all the repeatable manual processes that I've built for myself by just having a business.
Right.
If it's repeatable, it can be automated.
Mm-hmm.
Technology is way too good. The internet is way too like, you gotta leverage the internet. The internet is meant to leverage. The internet is not an entertainment factory. A lot of us spend time on the internet to be entertained, and I get it. It's funny to watch the memes and the whole nine. If you got a business though, you gotta learn to leverage the internet.
Right.
For your benefit. Ideally, to create more time for yourself to do the things that you're good at and that you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I always say success is not there's not like a dollar amount on success.
Mm-hmm.
For me, success is what has God gifted you to do really, really well. I call this like the space of greatness. What has God gifted you to do really well? And what do you enjoy doing that He's given you? Like, God has given us desires where I have certain things I have certain bents, and I love certain things that other people just don't love. Mm-hmm. How do I marry the thing I'm good at and the thing that I enjoy? To me, that's success. Because they got people showing up to jobs every day and they hate it.
Hate it.
Right? But they also have people who love something that they're not good at.
Right.
The people in the music industry like that all the time. It's like, bro, you should probably not be a rapper. Right? Like, I get your passion for music, but that's just not your thing, and that's okay.
Or like what you said, turn the dial a little bit. Maybe you're gonna deal with music in a way, but shift it in a way.
Listen,
you don't be the talent. Learn the business.
Come on, man. Learn the business. They got people that need music managers all day.
All day.
You can't write 2 bars for your life.
Right.
But you could probably drive a whole tour campaign.
Yep.
Better than anybody that you've ever seen before.
Yep.
Go ride in that lane. You don't have to abandon the music space. Find where you fit in it. So I love that, man. And that's the key. That's the key. You gotta know what you're good at and what do you enjoy doing. Marry the two. To me, that's successful. And I think that when we, again, looking at the scriptures, right? When Jesus talks about, hey, I gave you this. What did you do with it? I'm looking for a return on my investment.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When you is Jesus going one day? I gave you a gift and I gave you a passion. Did you use it?
Right.
Did you use it? And I'm looking for a return. So I'm always pushing. I push all my students in that direction. Like, do the thing that you're good at. Like, how do we get you in a space where you do the thing you're good at? Because, and obviously as a business owner, like, using my other student, you're good at cooking food, and that's what you enjoy. You found your sweet spot. You didn't get into this to send invoices all day long.
Right.
You didn't get into this to do follow-up emails and chase the people down that said they wanted to do business and never hit you back. Like, you didn't get into this for any of that. How do you focus in on, let me stay in my lane while my business does all the heavy lifting?
Indeed. I mean, y'all, this Josh Miles, y'all know why I say he's brilliant, because I'm telling you, I'm just listening. I'm soaking it up. I hope you guys are soaking it up as well, because he's just dropping gems and nuggets and things that you could start implementing right now, today, in order to grow your business, in order to get to a place where, I'm gonna keep saying it, I love how he says it, in order to fire your boss, for some of you who are going to a 9-to-5, and to really work in what he just talked about, worked in what you're good at, work in an area of your passion and where God has really gifted you in. After all, that's what this is all about. We don't live to do things that we hate.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
That's not living. That's just surviving. Right?
Absolutely.
But living is when, going back to what you just said, living is literally taking your gift, marrying it, like you said, to the strategies and those processes that you put in place where you're able to do more of what God has called you to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so I'm really hoping that a guy that, maybe, a young lady who's listening in as well, that they are grabbing this information and they are ready to put it in place. So, okay, listen, so they can go to, give me your website one more time. They can go to your website to connect with you, to get some coaching, to get some information, because I'm sure that there are some people right now listening in. Yep. And they say, I need this dude to connect with me and teach me and to help me grow.
Yep. So really the first step that I like to have with anybody is to go to onestadion.com, ONESTADION, onestadion.com. You can actually schedule a discovery call with me. And in those discovery calls, that's where I like to just like I sit with somebody and say, okay, like what do you need in your business? That gives me a few minutes to just hear where you are in your business, what you need most, and then I can recommend the right spot for you. I've got some other freebies out there, but you're saying, Josh, I'm really looking to work with you and not just have the information that you have to give. I'd love to like walk a little closer with you. So whether that's coaching, whether that's me like doing me and my team like working on a project for you and building some very simple systems out, whatever it may be. Normally the front end of that is just schedule a discovery call. And so you just go to onestadion.com, you'll see a list of my services. And when you click the button, you can schedule a call and get on my calendar.
Yo, Josh, I can't thank you enough. We are down at the end of the hour, and I've got so many other questions that I wanted to ask. So
let's run a few more. Let's run a few more.
I was gonna say we got to run a few more. If you would allow me to do that, I think we could really push some things.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it.
Listen, stick around, Josh. I want to connect with you a little bit more before we go for today. I know that all of you are out there right now getting ready for Mother's Day on tomorrow. Again, I want to wish every mother that's watching, that will watch, or that's connected to some man that's in MANWORK, I want to wish y'all a happy Mother's Day. And I pray, listen, I really do. I pray that some things that we talked about, that it's going to benefit you, that it's going to benefit your children. Why? Because the men in your life are getting it together. And not only are they getting it together, but you've got some stuff that Josh dropped on you today that you can go and implement in your business, in your sphere of influence. I am so ecstatic, Josh, that you've taken the time to do this. Joshua Patterson, he's over in Texas. As a matter of fact, he's a part of the MANWORK group. He said, I handled my business last night. Praise the Lord, because it's going to be packed in the stores. Yo, it's going to be packed in them stores today. So I hope that you have gotten what you needed for the special lady that is in your life. Oh, there goes my mom. She said she missed it. Mom, you got to go back. Josh just blew it up. He just blew it up, and I'm serious about that. I appreciate you for taking the time. Listen, for those of you who are a part of our MANWORK network, you know what to do. Need you to stay tuned with what we are doing. I'm constantly throwing different things over in our group over there on Facebook so that you'll know what's coming up. I'm going to go ahead and put it out here because I'm putting it out here in faith, and we're going to put some strategies and some processes behind it so that we can see it manifest. But MANWORK is partnering with my father. He has a group, bro, called Kingdom Discipleship. And what he does is he takes a group of men on this whole journey where he literally dives into the word of God and teach them what discipleship means and how to implement that in their everyday life. And so his group, along with MANWORK, we're going to be partnering up, and we're going to be doing some level of a men's retreat. Hopefully later on this year. We're looking at the month of November. Josh Miles, I've got to get you there. We'll handle the negotiations, everything on the back end, but I'm just saying it because this information is much, much needed. All right. Listen, I'm going to give you 1 minute, Josh. Give me last words. What would you say to those business owners, those people who are listening in right now? Give me 1 minute of the last words that you want to leave with them and share.
Man, I would tell any business owner to like stay the course. Stay the course. One Stadion, actually, Stadion is the Greek word for race, like a race that you run. I ran track and cross country in college, and one of the things that I found was when you run track, at the end of the day, I'm competing against myself. It doesn't matter who else is on the track with me. If I'm not hitting my goals, then it really doesn't mean much to me. And as a business owner, I always say that every entrepreneur has one race to run. That's the race that God, like, it's the race for you to reach your God-given potential and to do all that God has called you to. So a lot of times we get caught up in the comparison game, right? We want to look at what the other person is doing. It's like, I wish I was there, and I wish I could do this, and I wish I was here. And it's like listen, God has crafted you to do something unique, and be you, be authentic, and stay in your lane, and just run the race that God has set for you, because the only thing that you can do is maximize the potential that He's giving you. My dad used to say, potential is everything you haven't done yet. You need to maximize your potential. And so that's one Stadion. If you want to follow me, you can follow me at The Real Josh Miles on Facebook or Instagram. We'd love to connect with y'all, and I appreciate y'all having me on.
Yo, Josh, I love you, bro. I appreciate it. Stick around. Listen, you guys got to catch the next MANWORK podcast. We've got some stuff lined up. I hope you guys have been enjoying this. It has been my great pleasure to start this podcast. We launched this and evolved MANWORK into this podcast, bro, at the top of February. We've been going strong every weekend. And listen, we've got some more coming up. We've got other business owners. We've got other men that will come and talk and share some things with you in hopes that it empowers you and that it empowers your family, the community, and everybody that is connected with you. I see Mom says Kingdom Discipleship and MANWORK collaboration plus me and Jasmine. Well, listen, we've got to have y'all in there. There ain't nothing we can do without you. All right, listen, for those of you who want to know about our MANWORK network and you want to connect with us, remember, go over there to Facebook and you can just type in MANWORK Network, and guess what? You'll be able to find our group and connect with us. I am always doing something, me and my wife. We got so many things going on, so many irons in the fire. So you need to go over to www.kenyandudley.com. Get connected with what we are doing. We got so much coming up and coming out that's going to be, I believe, of service to you and those that love you. Listen, before I go, because I was just about to end this broadcast, and I know some men were going to be looking in on this broadcast, looking for this free giveaway. Bro, real quick, you want to tell them about the giveaway that you're going to give, and then I'm going to give the criterion for the one who gets this prize. But what's the giveaway you want to give?
Yeah, well, so I got some freebies that everybody can just have access to. I don't even know if we gotta do it, make it a one person thing.
Okay.
I got a client magnet strategy guide that y'all can go and get for free. If you jump on Instagram and send me a DM with the word magnet, you'll get an automated reply with the link. I told y'all I believe in this automation thing. Just jump on Instagram. My Instagram is The Real Josh Miles. Send me a direct message that just has the word magnet, and you'll get the link to the strategy guide. It's 100% free. Or I also have my Fire Your Boss boot camp. The next one that we'll be running is going to be on May 30th. It's a 5-day boot camp where I literally teach you the strategy that you need to have in your business in order to fire your boss in the next 6 months. So yeah, that's free to get into the boot camp as well. So fireyourbossbootcamp.com is where you can get access to that.
Hey, I see Josh Patterson over there. He said he's on Instagram right now. Y'all better get to running. Y'all better get over there to Instagram right now. The word is magnet, correct?
The word is magnet. Just DM me the word magnet at the real Josh Miles. That's my Instagram name. The real Josh Miles. You'll see me. DM me the word magnet. That's it.
All right. Y'all go right on over there to Instagram and DM Josh Miles, and he is going make sure you put the word in magnet. He's going to make sure that he gives you the freebie that he just gave away. He just dropped some nuggets, and he just dropped some more empowerment through these freebies. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. I love you guys with the love of Jesus Christ. And remember, if you didn't get anything out of the day, which I don't see how you did, but if you didn't get anything out of the day, listen, remember your gift, your passion, coupled with strategy. Come on. You can do some damage. You can do some work. You can do some work. All right. I love you guys with the love of Jesus Christ. And you guys have an amazing Mother's Day weekend. We're going to be doing this more. Y'all will see Josh Miles more, because if anybody knows me, you know that I like to bring good content, good information, and good people like him to the platform to introduce great things that's going to benefit you. So you'll be seeing him more. Love you guys. You have an amazing weekend. Peace.